Welcome to the Golden Light Podcast, where we ask the questions most people avoid. Today's conversation is uncomfortable, necessary, and deeply human. Our topic is simple but heavy. Are men allowed to be weak in today's society? Stay with us, because this discussion might challenge what you think strength really means.
Society says men should open up, but punishes them when they do. That contradiction is not accidental, it's deeply cultural.
I don't think society hates vulnerable men. I think it just hasn't learned how to respond to male pain yet.
Men are told to be strong providers, emotional leaders, and stable anchors. Weakness threatens all three roles at once.
Let's be honest, when a man breaks down, people panic. They don't see humanity first, they see failure.
From childhood, boys are trained to suppress fear and tears. That training doesn't disappear just because adulthood demands openness.
But men also police other men. The ridicule often comes from peers before it comes from society.
We praise male vulnerability in theory. In real life, we reward men who stay functional, not honest.
And when weakness affects productivity, sympathy evaporates. Empathy suddenly has conditions attached.
A man can cry once, maybe twice, before labels appear. After that, he's seen as unstable or unreliable.
Yet emotional suppression is killing men quietly. We can't ignore suicide rates and call the system healthy.
The problem is timing. Men are allowed weakness only after they've succeeded.
If you're broke, struggling, and emotional, support disappears fast. Strength is still the entry fee for compassion.
Men don't fear vulnerability itself, they fear consequences that follow honesty.
I agree, but silence also has consequences. Unexpressed pain doesn't vanish, it mutates.
Many men choose silence because it keeps life predictable. Chaos begins when weakness disrupts expectations.
And society prefers predictable men. Broken men are inconvenient to systems and relationships.
We teach men resilience, but forget recovery. Eventually something snaps.
True strength should include rest and repair, but masculinity still glorifies endurance over healing.
Men aren't allowed to fall apart publicly. They're expected to fix themselves privately.
And when they can't fix themselves alone, shame takes over. That's where isolation begins.
Society benefits from emotionally silent men. It keeps systems running smoothly.
But those systems collapse individuals in the process. Efficiency is prioritized over humanity.
We need safe spaces where men can fail without punishment. Right now, those spaces are rare.
And no, social media doesn't count as safety. Public vulnerability invites public judgment.
A weak moment can define a man forever. That fear shapes behavior more than we admit.
We say men should talk, then gossip when they do. Mixed signals destroy trust.
Until vulnerability stops being weaponized, men will hesitate. Self-protection will always win.
And we must admit this truth. Not everyone deserves access to a man's pain.
Selective vulnerability is survival, not deception. Men learn it the hard way.
But total emotional lockdown is dangerous. Balance is the real challenge.
We don't need men to be weak everywhere. We need them to be human somewhere.
Exactly. Strength without release becomes pressure. Pressure always looks for an exit.
If society truly allowed weakness, men wouldn't hide therapy. They wouldn't whisper about burnout.
Normalizing male vulnerability requires patience, and patience is something culture lacks.
Change won't start with slogans. It starts with how we react to struggling men.
And reactions must stay consistent. Support shouldn't disappear when it gets uncomfortable.
Men don't ask for weakness to be praised. They ask for it not to be punished.
That distinction matters. Acceptance isn't celebration, it's safety.
If we ignore this, we raise emotionally distant men and wonder later why connection feels impossible.
Strength built on silence isn't strength. It's delayed collapse.
The real question isn't whether men are weak. It's whether society can handle their honesty.
If we fail this test, men won't stop hurting. They'll just hurt alone.
We're creating a generation afraid of emotional truth. That fear has consequences.
So the lesson is simple. Make room for male vulnerability or pay the price later.
But here's the uncomfortable question. What happens when men finally stop pretending they're okay?
Tonight's conversation wasn't about weakness. It was about permission. Permission for men to be human without losing respect, value, or belonging. But here's the unresolved truth. Society keeps asking men to open up without promising safety when they do. So the real question isn't whether men are allowed to be weak. It's what happens when they finally stop pretending they're strong.